And welcome everybody. This is Dr. Noah, your host, and on my show tonight I have one of my patients who I just saw a couple minutes ago, and he's had some issues with sleep. Sleep is a big problem.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic. It's causing all kinds of problems in terms of work productivity, suppresses your immune system. I reviewed on some other YouTubes in terms of actually increasing your chances of diabetes, accidents, all kinds of problems, plus just the quality of life. So John, thanks for taking a couple of minutes from here. So tell me a little bit about your story about when this happened and what took place.
Well, I went to a health fair and I got exposed to a machine that was supposedly going to make me feel a little better, and it turned out that the exposure to a scalar wave machine just took my sleep away instantly. As soon as I was exposed to it,
So
I went from normal
you
sleep
went that night to sleeping 6 or 7 hours. You go to this health fair
with a little machine
they
next
zap
to
you,
me.
and then all of a sudden you can't sleep.
And I went from 6 hours of sleep without taking anything. Never had to take a thing in my life.
Slept like a log, like baby, all that.
Slept through the night, never had a problem, to no sleep at all, and I just flipped out.
So a couple of days go by, it's getting worse and worse. Then you went to see a drug doctor.
After 4 days of no sleep, my heart's racing. I'm just bazammy.
Well, they've actually done little stunts where people try to stay up as long as they can, and they actually become delusional. They become hysterical. They have hallucinations because your body needs to have time to basically help the brain kind of work like that.
I didn't know anything about the replenishing because I'd done it all my life.
Right.
So I just went into the doctor, and he just heard my heart, and I think my heart rate was up to 100, and it was he thought he heard a heart murmur, and so he just went nuts, and he just put me on sleeping pills, and the first
beginning ones didn't work.
No, they just drove me crazy.
So what do you mean by crazy? They made you feel all drugged up. They feel like a zombie.
I'd have a buzz that would start at about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd start shaking. It was a nightmare. It was just a nightmare.
So the whole body would shake.
My whole body would
all
shake.
day.
Yeah. And I'd have.
And did they help with your sleep?
No.
Okay.
At first they did, but then it wore right off.
So within using it twice,
couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks, and then it wore right off again.
Yeah, and then I wasn't getting sleep, and it was just a nightmare. And then finally, he switched me over, and the doctor wasn't even aware that I was going through a problem. And he put me on Xanax, and Xanax would knock me out.
Okay.
It would.
So now this is what, 2 weeks into it, 3 weeks? How long?
About a month.
About a month, and then he put you on this new medication, Xanax.
Yeah.
And that knocked you out.
That would knock me out. So I started that first night that I got a full night's sleep after. I think it was a good month. I couldn't believe it. I almost cried because I woke up with a full night's sleep.
Sure.
And so I was on that until I came to you.
So I think you said 2 years you're on that medication?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Year and a half, okay.
About a year and a half on medication, and at least it maintained me. But what I found is my energy just kept going lower.
Well, the study shows that using those hypnotics, you're able to go to sleep, but it's a very shallow type of sleep. And so you're not be able to get into that a deep type of restorative type of sleep like that.
Yeah, so I haven't had, and now we're working through you. We're trying to use
how
herbs.
much better now? You're using natural products, natural medicines?
It just feels better to be using natural, because
I
just didn't want to be using pharmaceuticals of any kind.
Well, not only that, you're actually getting restful sleep, you're getting that deep sleep, and so now you're actually having more energy. Even though you were on Xanax before was allowing you to sleep, like you said, you're still tired. You weren't exhausted, but you're still tired.
Yeah.
Now we're actually correcting it using different other type of advanced technology, and now you're sleeping, and now you're feeling better.
Yeah, and I'm on the road to recovery instead of just taking drugs to mask what was going on. And so I feel a lot better.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, John.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And thanks, everybody, for watching.